Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's edition of WWE Raw Recap Show. Hopefully, everybody's having at least a good beginning of the week so far. This week's Raw, which took place in Kansas City, was night two of the annual WWE Draft. Nothing too spectacular here. A lot of people kind of stayed put, but more on that later. Hey, if you dig what I'm saying, hit the like button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw and be a champ. And click on that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's let it rip. All right, kicking off Raw this week is your new WWE Women's World Champion. That is Becky Lynch. She comes out, celebrates with the crowd, uh, thanks the crowd, of course, does that usual spiel. Of course, she had that "You Deserve It" chant, even though this is like her seventh time holding this championship. But hey, why not another "You Deserve It" chant? Uh, she said she was looking for a new challenger. Out comes Liv Morgan. She said, "Hey, Becky, kind of owe me one since I took out Rhea Ripley." Nia Jax would then come out and say, "Hey, this is her last night on Raw. She got drafted by SmackDown. In case you idiots couldn't tell, she was wearing blue. She says she wants to fight, and Morgan accepted. So later tonight would be, or is, Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. All right, out comes Stephanie McMahon. She announces uh, the first round of the night two of the WWE draft. Let's see, Raw selected Gunther, Ludwig, Kaiser, of course, Imperium, and Raw selected Damage Control. So Damage Control is going from SmackDown to Raw. I guess that's a pretty good shit. They kind of uh, did their thing in SmackDown. On the SmackDown side, of course, SmackDown did choose Jay Cargill and Kevin Owens, so both of those talents kind of stay on SmackDown. So, like I said, not too many surprises. Everybody kind of, especially up to this point, everybody kind of stayed put. Damage Control is the major name that kind of moved from SmackDown to Raw. And we finally got our first match of the night, and it is the former Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General Gunther, as he took on New Day's Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods kind of had things going. Had small advantage during the first couple of minutes, but then Xavier Woods would go for a dive and drop kick, but Gunther would move out of the way and just took that ham hock of a hand and chopped the piss out of freaking Xavier Woods. This He would pretty much dominate the whole match. Couple little comebacks from Xavier Woods. At one point, Xavier did get his leg caught in the ropes. Gunther would take advantage of that, working on the leg and knee. Had him in a half crab, but Xavier Woods didn't want to give up. Kofi Kingston teased throwing in the towel, but he didn't do it. Gunther would slap on a modified STF, which made Xavier Woods finally tap out. So uh, Gunther kind of toyed with Xavier Woods at the end too. He kind of looked him over and picked up, I guess, an imaginary crown, took it off Xavier's head, and put it on his head because Gunther is probably, I would say, odds-on favorite right now to, or at least one of the odds-on favorite to win the King of the Ring this year. All right, next up we have Logan Paul and I Show Speed. They announced the next group of draftees. Raw would pick CM Punk and Braun Strowman. Uh, More on that later. SmackDown would select The Pride and Tiffany Stratton. They did earlier that night, or just right before, as Logan Paul did get Samantha Irvin to announce that Patrick Mahomes was in the crowd. Patrick Mahomes, of course, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chief. Let me emphasize that part. Then he started wanting to run his mouth about Jay Uso. He says, spoiler alert, Jey Uso is going to lose to Damian Priest. Jey Uso came down and said, "Hey, uh, do y'all think? What's y'all's opinion about me beating Damian Priest? And hey, how about if I, you know, lay the yeet, uh, beat the yeet out of Logan Paul here tonight?" Then that's when Judgment Day made their way to ringside. They attacked Jey Uso. Of course, Logan Paul, I guess he's buddies with Patrick Mahomes. He went down and said, "Hey, can I borrow those 3 Super Bowl rings?" And Patrick Mahomes said, "Sure, here you go." He goes back in the ring, looks to clock Jey Uso, but Jey Uso ducks and lays out poor JD McDonough. Later on in the night, you did see he had a pretty big red spot on his face where uh, Logan Paul nailed him. They went after Jey Uso again, and look who did come back. It is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman came in and made the save, ran everybody out, and looked like he got in Patrick Mahomes' face, but Jey Uso's like, hey, Big Goose, step back. We're all good. Uh, Pretty decent segment here. Uh, Not count. I guess might as well not count on Jey Uso winning because now I guess he's going to get thrown in the feud with Logan Paul, even though um, I mean Logan Paul is SmackDown, right? Since he's the U.S. champion, but uh, maybe I missed something on SmackDown, which I didn't watch all of it, so maybe I did. Let me know in the comments. All right, next match is for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. It is Big Bronson Reed going against Sami Zayn. A little back and forth in this match till Reed caught Zayn going for a cross body block from the top rope. Turned around, power slammed him, hit a senton for a 2 count. Samuel actually hit a Haliva kick out of nowhere, went for the pin, but Chad Gable made his way to the ring, attacked Sami Zayn, gave him a German suplex, smacked him around a little bit, locked in the ankle lock. Uh, this, of course, would cause a DQ. Uh, then, as Gable was kind of celebrating, holding the title up, Reed took it upon himself to, uh, uh, excuse me, after as Sammy was laying and Gable was celebrating, uh, Reed would hit the tsunami splash, then turn around and give Chad Gable the Death Valley driver and hold up the belts as if, hey, these guys uh, are laid out, so therefore I should be a champion, right? So I'm smelling maybe a 3-way come backlash. Not really. I don't think anything's been announced yet, but it might be on next week's Raw. Who knows? Next, all right. Up next, we have the APA, the Acolyte Protection Agency. Uh, Bradshaw and Ron Simmons, Justin Layfield and Ron Simmons. They announced the next next group of draft selections. Raw will get the LWO and Drew McIntyre. SmackDown got Legado del Fantasma and Shinsuke Nakamura. So Shinsuke is going from Raw back to SmackDown. I know last year's draft he went from SmackDown to Raw. Now he's going back to SmackDown. Drew McIntyre was not happy being selected in the third round of night 2 behind CM Punk. Talking about, hey, Punk is injured, sitting at home while he's injured as well, but he's taping it up. Uh, then cue the music. CM Punk is up in a looks like what do they call that? Luxury box. Says hi to uh, Drew McIntyre. Later on that night, Drew McIntyre was out looking for him. Went up to the box. No CM Punk, just an autographed picture. He came down. He was ringside and cut a little promo on Drew McIntyre. Said, "Hey, reason I got drafted higher than you because I don't, mess around on social media. I'm the best in the ring, best on the mic, best at the commentary. No offense, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. But yeah, so see, that's things you can do. Even though he's injured, he can still cut his promo. Uh, still build tension between him and Drew McIntyre. Not sure when the timetable is yet for CM Punk to return, but I noticed he didn't have a brace on, so maybe he's very, very close to coming back, and we'll get to see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre lock horns. All right, next up is a short and sweet match between Candice LeRae, seconded by Indy Hartwell, versus Maxine Dupree, and of course she's got uh, Ivy Nile in her corner. Uh, Maxine had things going her way, did the reverse caterpillar, and locked in the ankle lock of her own, but she would get distracted when Indy shoved Ivy into the post. Candice LeRae took advantage of that and wound up pinning her with the Wicked Stepsister. And like I said, good, short, sweet. Definitely see the change of philosophy, if you will, and both Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Uh, guess that's definitely going to be heels now, which is okay. It works for them, and we'll have, at least it's something for them to do, right? All right, now we got a couple of Hall of Famers here. We got Teddy Long and Medusa Michelli, or of course Alondra Blaze, if you're a longtime WWF fan. Anyway, they announced the newest selections for Raw and SmackDown. Raw drafted the Judgment Day and Ilya Dragunov from NXT. SmackDown will get Naomi, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven. Of course, Adam Pearce was more than happy that SmackDown got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven because uh, Chelsea Green kind of gets on Pearce's nerves. Now she can get on Nick Aldis's nerve. But I will miss Samantha Irvin announcing Chelsea Green. But that's about it. Anyway, next match of the night is Liv Morgan against Nia Jax. Uh, Nia had pretty much a lot of control of this match. Got distracted by a little fight between Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. Of course, Liv Morgan took advantage of this and wound up hitting the Oblivion for the win. Oh, my brother, testify. Out next is the Dudley Boys. They bring out the table. They did their lines. And they also announced the uh, draftees. Raw will get the New Day and Lila Valkyrie. And SmackDown will get Pretty Deadly, which they were already on SmackDown. They also get Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So they're going from Raw to SmackDown. Speaking of tag team, time for a tag team championship match. It is the Awesome Truth versus Otis and Tozawa. Uh, Kept this match pretty short here. Alpha Academy had things going their way, but Awesome Truth wound up making a comeback and hit that truth crushing finale. Pretty decent little move there. I can dig it. But winner of the match, of course, was the Awesome Truth. They're still your World Tag Team Champions, and I'm pretty sure Chad Gable was not happy with his pupils' performances. Uh, Tozawa, Otis, and Maxine Dupree. So they probably had to do some extra laps or something like that. Who knows? All right, closing things out is Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They will announce the their draft picks. Raw got Final Testament and Bronson Reed. So Final Testament going from SmackDown uh, to Raw. SmackDown will get DIY and Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport, female wrestler in NXT. She's getting called up to the main roster. Congratulations to her and all the NXT people who are now going to be moved up to the main roster. Of course, DIY, they going from Raw now to SmackDown. I almost wish, since that's going to happen, uh, let them have some like a series of matches. Maybe if they trade off the tag belts a couple times, that'd be fine. But I think DIY and A-Town Down Under probably has some pretty good tag matches. That's just my opinion. Anyway, the main event of the night is Jey Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade going against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and JD Madonna supporting that Shiner there. Uh, back Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade had the first part of the match. The Heat came, Judgment Day. Everything seemed in sync. You know, they was hitting their moves, but hot tag to Jey Uso. Looked like Jey Uso's going to come off the top rope, but Damian Priest catches him. Unfortunately, JD kind of miscued a little bit and shoved Jey Uso off. Of course, you know, Damian Priest said, "Hey, look, I had him. I was going to choke slam him." Blah blah blah. Jey Uso clean house, spear, and Uso splash to Finn Balor. Winners of the match was Jey Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade. Pretty good match there. Like I said, it's a draft show, kind of, almost like a throwaway show, almost not too much, but now we got a little bit of switching here and there. Let's see what the cook can cook up with this talent. Now some of these people have changed brands. Like I said, I would love to see some tag match with DIY and A Town Down Under. Uh, Not sure what Final Testament's going to do. I mean, you already got the Judgment Day already there and staying there on Raw. So uh, I don't know. Maybe something will click and finally, you know, fans will catch on to this group, carrying across and authors of pain, maybe. But anyway, that does it for me this week. Hope you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV 46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.